One of the first questions authors often ask when they're looking at publishing their books wide beyond Kindle Direct Publishing is, should I use a distributor or should I publish directly? The answer simply is yes. But let me get into that. Hi, my name is Leslie Lefebvre. I'm the author of the book Wide for the Win and also the host of the Stark Reflections on Writing and Publishing podcast. Now, it's a bit of a tricky answer to the question, should I use a distributor or should I publish direct? Because it's a really complex answer and complex solution, and it really depends on your unique author perspective. So let's set the groundwork for how this works. Specifically, let's talk about ebooks. In the ebook world, you have the major retail platforms and the direct publishing options. So Amazon Kindle, Kindle Direct Publishing, you have Kobo Writing Life for Kobo, Apple Books, you have B&N Press for Barnes & Noble, and you have Google Books Play Partner Center. Those are the 5 major retailers when it comes to the ebook platforms, and there are opportunities to go directly to each of those platforms. Now, there's also distributors where you create a login, you create an account, and you can distribute to those platforms through these channels. The major distributors are Draft to Digital, Publish Drive, and StreetLib. There are other ones available, but those are the 3 major ones, just to give you a lay of the land. And when it comes to print books, you're going to be looking at different options there as well. You can go direct on print books to Kindle Direct Publishing. You can go direct with B&N Press for Barnes & Noble. You can use Draft to Digital Print. You can use Publish Drive. They have a print option, Ingram Spark, or even platforms like Lulu. Now let's roll it back to ebooks and talk about the pros and the cons and why you may want to go direct in some platforms and why you may want to use a third party. So one of the benefits of going direct is obviously going to be the margin. When you are publishing direct to a platform, you're not sharing the margin with anyone else. And for the most part, priced between $2.99 US and $9.99 US, you're going to earn 70% when you're publishing direct. If you're going through a third-party distributor, you're usually allowing them to keep 10% of that margin, meaning on a distributed title, you would only make 60%, whereas if you were direct with a platform, you'd make 70%. Which seems, well, there's great benefit to always going direct. Well, that's not necessarily the case. There may be some platforms that aren't accessible to you in the country that you're from, or potentially there may be platforms that you don't kind of like the way that they look and feel. And that's a decision you have to make on your own. Because one of the benefits of using a distributor over publishing direct is easy access. It's a single sign-on to get your book into multiple platforms. If you've only got one book or you're only publishing one book, it's not quite a big deal. If you have multiple books and if you regularly run promos, that's where it can be a bit tricky. Let's say, for example, you're running a price drop to temporarily reduce the price of one of your books to 99 cents. Well, Amazon doesn't give you any tools to program it ahead. Most of the other platforms, whether they're distributors or direct, allow you to do that. But that means, just, for the sake, let's pretend you're going direct to all 5 major platforms, you have to log into each one of them to set up your promo. Now, the great thing about all the other platforms other than Amazon is they do allow you to schedule that price drop ahead. So for example, if it is August and you're planning a promotion for Labor Day weekend in September, you can go into all of the other retailers or the distributor, for example, and set a price promo in advance. Say, hey, for Labor Day weekend, I want the price to drop to 99 cents on the Friday of the weekend, and then on the Tuesday, I want it to go back to the regular price. Unfortunately, on Amazon, you'll have to put a note in your calendar to go do that live. So there is a benefit to all the other platforms direct or through a distributor, but doing that repetitive task over and over may end up costing you a lot more time. And one of the challenges that we have as indie authors is that time versus money. Would I be better off writing? And so that's the thing you have to decide for yourself. As an example, by default, and I do change this for almost every different book that I publish, because I sort of make that decision with every book, is do I want to publish this direct or do I want to do it through a distributor? Now, my default is I will typically publish directly to Kindle Direct Publishing, to Amazon. Then I will use Kobo Writing Life. I'm Canadian, and I did have a hand in helping to create the Kobo Writing Life platform, so I'm a little bit biased there, so I like to use that one direct. And then I usually use Draft to Digital for most of the other major retail and library platforms. Now, one of the benefits of publishing direct is platforms specifically like Kobo Writing Life have a promotions tab that isn't obviously visible when you first create your account, but you can request it by emailing the Kobo Writing Life team. Or platforms like B&N Press do also have marketing opportunities available to you. So everyone gets access to sort of a low-level marketing opportunity, which everyone has access to. And then you can request them to give you access to sort of a higher-end marketing, and they're not necessarily going to give it to every single person. When it comes to Apple Books, Apple really doesn't care if you're publishing direct or if you're coming through a distributor, and they offer just as many opportunities to authors publishing direct as they do to authors who are coming through a distributor. So that's one of the reasons why I haven't really made it a point to try and go direct to Apple, because I can usually get my promotions through the distributor that I choose. One of the other reasons I may use a distributor in certain cases is, for example, with my co-authored titles, titles where I want to share a portion of my proceeds, I take advantage of Draft to Digital's payment royalty splitting option. And so when I publish a book that's going to use payment splitting or royalty sharing, I usually just publish everywhere through Draft to Digital to make it as easy as possible. One of the exceptions to the rule that I think, whether or not you're using the distributor or not, is you probably want to publish direct to Google Play Books Partner Center. And that's only because in order to publish to Google Play Books Partner Center, you have to already have a direct account with Google Play Books Partner Center, which is kind of a ridiculous loophole. So if you already have a direct account, why not take advantage of it? Because the Google Books Play Partner Center has some great tools that you can use directly, including the creation of coupon codes. Now, coupon codes you can create for the Google Books Play Partner Center directly there. You can create coupon codes when you're publishing directly through B&N Press. And for the Smashwords store, which is, again, sort of like the 6th largest retailer on the market, you can create coupon codes for them through Draft to Digital. When it comes to print books, obviously Kindle Direct Publishing, their free print tool, is a great tool to use. I usually use a combination of publishing my books print direct with Amazon and keeping a little bit more margin because there's no middle people in the middle of that. And then using either Ingram Spark or Draft to Digital Print to get the print book out into the market, because that'll get the books listed pretty much everywhere well beyond Amazon. And again, for each different book, I don't necessarily make the same decision. I look at each particular book and I decide, what is the platform for me? For this particular book, is it easier for me to publish this direct to every platform because I want to leverage all the tools available to me? Or am I not going to leverage some of the tools available to me and take advantage of the time by going through one of the distributors? So that's a decision that you have to continually make on your own. The other bit of advice I'll give you for that is, if you've made a decision on a particular item, switching from one platform to another and bouncing in and out is almost as frustrating for you and all the things you have to do as an author as coming in and out of Kindle Direct Publishing, because every single time you take a book down and then bring it back up, even if it's to the same retail platform, you're starting from scratch. So before you do that willy-nilly, make sure you make a very conscious effort. Why am I doing this? What is the reasoning? What are my long-term goals as an author for making this decision? And that's the same decision you should make when you decide to publish your books wide. Why am I publishing wide? What is my long-term strategy? What is my long-term vision? And what are my long-term goals as an author? Well, I hope you found that information helpful, sort of as a precursor or as a gateway to getting started on your wide publishing journey. And if you want more information, I of course do have a book Wide for the Win, where you can check that out. You can also check out, I did talk about Kobo, killing it on Kobo. I'd be remiss not to mention that. I have those books out, as well as a slew of other helpful resources for authors. And of course, as I mentioned, my free weekly podcast, Stark Reflections on Writing and Publishing. Thanks so much, and all the best wishes for you in your wide publishing journey.